gonna talk about Last of Us.
Yes, we're back with a bit of playing Orient, the Blind Forest.
I've been thinking about Last of Us. I want to play it over again.
Yeah. That was one of 3 games that I played this year since the pandemic started, and that one was probably the most apropos because it's about a pandemic.
Yeah, it kind of.
Gotta put my gas mask on, go outside.
That's exactly what made me think about it today, because I took Wolfram out to... Where did I take him? I took him to swimming today.
Okay.
And we're getting out of the car. I'm like, we got a mask up. And my first thought, like, I said that just naturally.
Yeah.
Like, anytime we get out of the car, I'm like, time to put our masks on. I'm like, this is exactly what they say when they come across spores in that game.
Yep.
Spores. Get your mask. Be quiet. And I'm always telling them to be quiet, so...
Yeah. There's clickers nearby.
The amount of times I think about The Last of Us, like, throughout the day, of just being reminded in some small way of something that happened in that game is like a testament to how much it sticks with you.
Yeah.
Because Ori and the Blind Forest, as great of a game as it is, and I really am enjoying our playthrough of it, as soon as the game's turned off, it's gone from my mind. I can't say that about The Last of Us. There's shit that happens in both the first and the second one where I like, oh god, danger! I think about constantly, just the themes and the horrible shit that happens in it. Puzzles that you... Not really puzzles, but things that happen where you have to like figure out how to get through certain areas and stuff.
Yeah.
It's very grounded in reality, that game.
True.
And I've been thinking about replaying it because I played through the first one twice when it first came out. I didn't play any of the DLC. And I went right into the second one and played through it once without redoing any of the chapters or exploring any of the things that I may have missed. And I desperately want to get back into... I can't wait to try it all over again.
Fuck. Yeah, I definitely want to replay that one. I also... And we talked about this a little bit, but...
Ooh, good job.
I played a few... I got myself an Oculus Quest 2 and I played a few VR games on it. And Half-Life Alyx was one of them. And that game is also really, like, super fun. It's a little slower paced than a regular PC game, because in VR, like, movement and everything is different.
Yeah.
But it's pretty intuitive for what it is.
I feel like movement in VR is way more realistic.
But it's really fun to use like the weapons and get upgrades and stuff in that game, because there are collectibles to upgrade your weapons. It's kind of like, in that respect, Dead Space, where you get those little power cells.
Right.
They almost look like power cells too. They're like little they're like resin pucks, and they look
so they're like nodes, kind of.
Yeah. And as you get enough of them, you get to a workbench, basically like a little engineering bench. You unlock it through some hacking, which is... They also did the hacking in that game really well. It like takes advantage of VR.
Ooh.
In a pretty like creative way. And
this is very Earthworm Jim.
Yeah, it is. I'm just trying not to get fucking annihilated. Damn it.
Spoke too soon, huh?
Yes. But the way they did weapons in that game in VR and hacking in that game is really well done, and it makes something that's normally feels like a chore, like a fun experience.
So it's not like, you know, Pipe Dream in BioShock?
No, again, the hacking is a little akin to Dead Space, but it's much more involved, but in a really interesting way because it's VR.
Okay.
And
we'll have to play.
The gunplay is cool because, you know, you have to look down like the iron sights and stuff to actually aim at your enemy, as opposed to just having a reticle in the middle of your screen that you rely on. So it adds a level of like skill and patience to the game.
Well, actually lining up your sights like a gun, as opposed to be like, the dots over the guy's head. Pull the mouse button now.
Yeah.
We want to play Party Treats again. Said no one ever.
We recently released that video, didn't we?
Yeah, I think it was last week or 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
But I was just thinking about it because it was easily the worst game we've probably ever played as a group.
How did you even find out about it?
I got it for free as part of like a...
Well, that explains a lot then.
Yeah, exactly. It was part of like some kind of promo game pack. Or I bought one game that I forget which it was. I bought one game that I wanted to buy, and like 3 other games came free with it.
Okay.
I was just like, fuck it, I'll download. It's free. I'll download it, put it on my memory card, and then we played it. And it was like, oh, well, I'm deleting that off the memory card. Can't have something like that taking up precious space. Are you kidding me?
I really want to get a Switch, but I'm waiting till the Pro version comes out next year.
Smart. Is there more info on the Pro, or?
No, I haven't heard anything since like a few months ago.
Because it's just, as far as I was aware, it was still like speculated that it existed. Is it confirmed that a Pro version is going to happen, or?
I think there was an official announcement about it, but not a specific release date.
So I remember they came out with the Switch, and then like Switch version 2, like hardware version 2 came out, which there was no difference at all, except the battery was way better.
Yeah. I mean, now that we're moving more towards portable stuff, I feel like battery life and not
durability.
Durability is.
You can climb.
Yep.
Ives, look, you can climb. Do it. I want to see it. Show me.
Look.
My God, you're adorable. You can't climb on ceilings, though, right?
No. It has its limits.
Battery life and... Sorry, I got excited about climbing.
Battery life and durability, like you were saying, because batteries, eventually over time, they don't hold a charge the way they used to, and then your already crappy battery life or mediocre battery life, as it would, ends up being worse. And that's just no fun.
That's something that I will... among the many things that I will sing praises about Nintendo is that their battery game is the strongest versus anyone.
What's the longest?
Like my 3DS, for example. I think the last time I played my 3DS was when I can't even talk. When Samus Returns came out. Here, let me look it up, because let's do the math. Let's math it up. Samus Returns came out. I've got my phone, my handy dandy phone.
I just committed suicide by accident.
If it's an accident, is it suicide?
I don't know. That's a good question. Does suicide inherently require intent?
I think so, doesn't it? Alright, so Samus Returns came out in 2017. And that was the last game that I got that game brand new.
Okay.
In initial release date, September. So I got that game in September of 2017. That was the last time I charged my 3DS.
Wow.
When we started going into quarantine this year, 2020, I broke out my 3DS thinking like, well, I'm going to be at home for a long time. I might as well play some of the games I never finished on my 3DS. It had a 30% battery charge on it.
Wow.
And that was in March.
That's crazy.
So 2017 to 2020, that's 17 years, right?
Yeah.
So my battery lasted 17 years. Wait, no, that math is wrong.
Wait, what year did you say you got it?
I was just seeing if you were paying attention.
You
were hard locked on this TV screen. I could have said I fucked your dog. You would not have paid attention at all.
2017 to now?
Yeah, my battery was...
that's 3 years,
yeah. My battery held to charge for 3 years at 30%.
Okay.
So, props to Nintendo. That's fucking amazing to me. If I put my cell phone on the nightstand overnight, the battery's dead by morning.
Well, that's what I was thinking about, which got me distracted, is that my cell phone is not doing so great. It's already 4 years old. And not only is battery life crappy, but the charge rate is terrible, and the performance in general is bad, even though I'm like constantly maintaining my, storage and clearing out old apps and the cache from old apps. And
Now get yourself a custom ROM. Root that shit.
Oh, fuck.
Wow. You just... That looked like a suicide to me. You jumped right into that.
I did. There we go.
What is it? You have magical leaf powers now?
Yeah, the feather thing.
Oh, that's... The feather makes flowers pop out?
No, that's me jumping. I forget what I had to do here. Yeah, I'm gonna have to restart that part. Might as well just save here.
I rooted my Kindle.
Uh-huh.
Oh my god. It's like the best tablet I've ever owned now.
Really?
Yeah.
What were you able to do once you
I got rid of all the Amazon bullshit that's on there. Oh, you gotta take your time, man. Might as well put a save point there.
That's true.
I mean, rooting just basically makes your whatever device you're using. Dude, what are you doing?
I gotta keep pace with it, is the thing.
Yeah, and you're not bad at it. Like, shockingly bad at it. You're good at video games, right?
I know, but the thing is, I don't have a feel for it with the delay that I'm experiencing.
It sounds like it's almost musical, like collecting the red stars in Mario.
Yeah. There we go.
That was beautiful, Ives. What's your goal now, anyway?
I'm trying to collect all the spirit tree upgrades so that I can eventually get to the end. Wow, fuck! I didn't see the spike there.
So you can go to the Temple of Time and get
Yeah.
the Master Sword?
Why am I doing this way? I think I might need to... Well, we'll see. I'm not sure if I need that guy alive or not to, like, super jump.
Super!
Guess not.
Did you turn your save point off? Is that what just happened?
No, just resaved.
Oh.
Alright.
Oh, Leaf.
The leaf definitely makes a lot of, like, stuff easier.
Oh, you can shoot while using it, too. I didn't notice that.
That's what I'm saying. Doesn't make those guys a little annoying, but...
I mean, well, you can still jump into those owls, right? Ah!
Oh, fuck.
Ah!
Seriously?
Ah!
Problem is I can't... I'm so far from the screen I can't really see the definition of, like, the spikes and whatnot.
I definitely had that. I started playing Death Stranding for the first time about a week ago. On because Jeff won't shut up about it, and rightfully so. The game is, to me, brilliant in my humble opinion. It is so fucking hard to read the text.
Oh really?
On a 4K TV from just a few feet away.
Yeah. It like,
in that game especially, you need to be able to read what the things on the screen say.
What about that game is compelling? Because when I was talking to Jeff about it, it felt like a slog where you're just doing. Like,
It is
this there.
It is 100% a slog.
Okay.
Yes, 100%. It is a slog. The compelling thing about the game is the setup for the slog.
Okay.
So, like, in between points A and B, because that's your journey. You're starting at point A, and your journey is to get to point B as easily, and sometimes, not all the time, sometimes as quickly as possible.
Okay.
So you have to plan your route based on the terrain that you're going through and the potential threat that may be looming within that terrain. And that potential threat may not be there when you start your journey, but it may eventually find its way there when you're like halfway to a quarter of a way through your journey.
What's an example of a potential threat?
So a potential threat would be some group that's trying to steal the package that you are transporting, or the packages that you find along your way. The other big threat is the they call them BTs, and I'm sure it's been explained in the game. I probably just wasn't paying enough attention to find out what they are.
Okay.
But the best way to describe them is just like baddies that come out of nowhere to fuck your shit up.
Gotcha.
So an apparition basically will come out of nowhere to try to kill you, basically. And what they do is they slow you down to the point where you have to hold your breath and tiptoe throughout the environment so they don't catch you.
Okay.
And there are upgrades, like you do get weapons to make your treks easier to get through the territory, but everything weighs you down. Everything that you carry has a weight.
Okay.
And you have a weight limit. So you have to try and plan out, like, do I really need...
So it's like Fallout in that respect.
Yeah. It actually is, in a sense, of Fallout. Like, do I need a ladder to get from point A to point B?
Mm-hmm.
Do I need this pack that will build a bridge for me? I'm already carrying 60 kilograms worth of metal resources to build a bridge.
Right.
As part of my quest. Should I carry another 800 kilograms of metal to build a bridge to make my future quests easier, or should I do that later on my own time?
Right.
And that's the appeal of the game. The appeal of the game is not going from point A to point B. The appeal of the game is planning point A to point B.
Gotcha.
And of course it's you know, I remember texting to Jeff back and forth, but it would be like, because he'll ask me like every other day, you know, what's going on, what's happening now in your Death Stranding run.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the things that I said, I'm like, the dialogue in this game is extremely Hideo Kojima. Like, his writing is just like very recognizable. I'm like, yeah, obviously this was written by this guy. Like, you don't see a David Lynch movie and think, oh, this could have been made by somebody else.
Right. What kind of like dialogue cues does he use?
It's just odd phrases that don't really...
They don't really seem natural or something?
Yeah, exactly. They don't seem natural. Like, you can tell English wasn't his first language.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, he uses phrases not incorrectly, but in an odd way.
Okay.
Of course, I can't think of an example right now because I'm not sitting right in front of the game.
Fuck.
Oh, that is a tight spot, man.
Yeah.
Jesus. Oh, you can climb up walls now, though.
Yes.
Alright, so this should be no problem. Don't fuck it up. What's wrong with you? How could you fuck this up? See? I told you. Easy. You did it. You're a pro.
Forgot there was something I wanted to mention that I was being led to, and
Is it your tennis elbow?
no.
Oh. Is it your dad's tennis elbow?
Nope.
Dad's knee surgery?
No,
Am I helping?
not particularly.
No. Do you want to make some frozen vegetables?
Frozen vegetables.
Yeah, when's the last time you had frozen vegetables? Get that little brick of frozen vegetables. You know what I'm talking about? That little, like, you go to the frozen food section at the grocery store,
Yeah.
and they come in, like, a little rectangular brick.
Yes.
And then you open it up and like, how the fuck did they squeeze all these little chopped up veggies in this little... Then you put it in a little pot of boiling water, or soon to be boiling water, and then, like, it's a gigantic pot of vegetables. Sorry, I kind of went off on a tangent there.
What prompted that?
I don't know. What were you talking about? I was trying to distract you from whatever you're thinking about that you couldn't remember.
Damn it.
Fucking frozen vegetables, man. Viv and I got this brick of frozen spinach, chopped up spinach, and it just looks like a brick of, like,
Yeah.
of green.
That's pretty much what it is.
And then you throw it into a pot of boiling water, and it's like this gigantic mush of delicious vegetables. It's just so bizarre.
Yeah.
I'm thankful for it.
Fuck.
It makes eating vegetables so much easier. Throw a little pat of butter in there, you got yourself a dinner.
Eat.
What were you talking about?
I don't remember.
It worked. Maybe on the next episode, I'll have to figure out what the hell we were talking about.
Not likely. My brain just isn't what it used to be.
I hope it's frozen vegetables.
You and your frozen vegetables.